I wanted to go into something, though, you said kind of early on about your own unplanned pregnancy and what it meant and what you knew was going to be the case when you went to your parents. I think, what we've seen on campuses time and time again we've seen a lot of former Christian girls,
Mhm.
girls who either were afraid to go to their parents, or told that if they ever came home pregnant, they would be kicked out and disowned, so they didn't, and they chose abortion,
Right.
and so they're very angry towards Christians. And then we also have seen a lot of girls who are, went home seeking help, and their Christian parents, the deacon or elder in the church, dad drove her to the Planned Parenthood, to the abortion
Yeah.
facility. But I think this is a really interesting topic because this is one that I get asked a lot about is what do you do as a parent?
Mm.
What do you say when your daughter comes home or your son comes home and says, I'm pregnant or my girlfriend's pregnant? How do you handle that situation? And not only how do you handle it then, but how do you talk about it before it's an emergency?
Right. So, with the benefit of having had that pregnancy,
Yes.
24 years ago, that's, time teaches you a lot, and the Lord will teach you a lot too if you let him. So, how we raised our kids, we have the older two are obviously grown and out of the house now, but we always wanted to be proactive to that situation because it's not like I was terrified that that would happen to my
Mm-hmm.
children, um, but I obviously wanted them to learn from the benefit of my mistakes and
Mm.
learn what not to do. So we talked a lot about how sex was intended for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things, and then when
Which
they
is
got a little
shocking to many young people
right,
today.
exactly. It's an old and antiquated idea, but the older I get, the more well, I mean, full disclosure, we're talking about it. I did have an unplanned pregnancy before I got married, and the man I married was not the biological father of my child. I can tell you, as a married woman, I cannot tell you how many times I have regretted that he was not the only man I had shared my body with. Right? You think about that later. So it happens, and that it teaches you a lot of things. So then you go, oh, now I understand why God said this.
Mm-hmm.
It's for our protection.
Mm-hmm.
All of it, mind, body, and soul. It's for our protection. So as our older kids were starting to get a little bit of age, I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to terrify them of having sex because I want them to have sex and enjoy it. Things like
You
that.
heard it right there.
Yes.
Pro-lifers like sex, and we enjoy sex.
Yes, that God made sex for us. Yes,
I know.
exactly.
That's once
Yeah.
again, that's also shocking information on
Yes,
college
it is.
campuses.
It is. Yeah. So, um, then we told them, if this does happen to you, we'll get over you not, you know, saving yourself for marriage. We'll get over that. I mean, I did it, so we'll get over that. That's very rampant.
Mm-hmm.
But we will never really get over an abortion because that stays with you forever. That breaks your heart forever. So, I mean, we'll get through it, but it, changes you forever. It just does.